What's up, YouTube? It's been a while, but I'm back, and in this video I'm going to give you guys 10 very simple, super easy tips that you can do to make your DJ setups look professional and polished. Hang out for a few minutes and let's go through them. Yo, what's up, YouTube? Man, it's been a while since I've done some content, done some videos. Life has just been absolutely psycho and crazy lately. And you know, I was uploading gig logs and I was doing some things here and there, but I'm back. Your boy is back.
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
For those of you guys who are new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to start trying to put out a lot more content, get back into my regular routine. I know a lot of you guys have reached out, sent me messages on social media saying, Josh, what's going on? What's up with your channel? Are you going to start doing content again? And the answer is yes. I'm going to get back into it. And starting back into it, in this video, I'm going to give you guys 10 super simple, super easy tips that you can do to make your DJ setups look very professional, very polished, and just kind of take things up a level. We know in our industry that appearances matter, first looks matter. So whether you are doing weddings or corporate events or birthdays or just any type of private event, as a DJ, you want to make sure that your setup is absolutely incredible, amazing.
Dear God, it's beautiful.
It's very polished and it just looks really, really good because you want people to walk into that room, that venue, and see your setup and just be like, whoa, just completely blown away. And there's 10 things that you guys can do that are just very easy. They don't cost a lot of money, and it's going to elevate your game from here to way up here. Okay, let's start. Number one, get yourself some Velcro strips or gravity clips. What these are going to do are basically hide your cables that are on your poles and tripods. Nobody likes dangling cables, trip hazards. It's a mess. So you can pick up Velcro strips really, really cheap in all different sizes. You can get smaller ones, you can get really long ones that'll wrap around your cables, around the poles. Doesn't take very long to wrap these around your cables or your poles, and it basically makes life so much easier when it comes to hiding everything. You can also get gravity clips. Gravity clips are super cheap. They're all over Amazon. You can get a 2-pack and a 4-pack, a 6-pack, a 10-pack, and I mean, like a 2-pack, you're only spending like $3 on these. So, you know, the whole premise of these is that they go around your tripod, and then your cables go behind this this secondary clip, I guess if you want to call it that. Very easy, very simple, takes less than a minute. And again, it hides your cables and it just makes things look so much more polished. Number two, get yourself some really good, high quality gaff tape. Now, gaff tape is worth its weight in gold because if you're in a venue and it's got hardwood floors, you really want to tape down your cables. Again, it's because of making sure that everything looks polished and professional, and you want to try to minimize trip hazards as much as possible. Whether it's you, it's the venue staff, it's a guest at the event, they come behind the booth, they want to request a song, they want to ask you something, whatever. You don't want them tripping over your cables. So make sure you lock down your cables with some really good gaff tape, and make sure you get very good high quality tape that doesn't leave behind residue. If it's a venue that's got beautiful floors, the last thing you want is when you're pulling up the gaff tape at the end of the night, it's leaving really weird, gross, nasty residue on the floor. If you do that, I can guarantee the venue will never ask you to come back again. So make sure you get some good tape. You can get tape in different sizes, different widths, really all over the internet. There's tons of different retailers that sell it. In my personal opinion, my professional opinion, the best gaff tape that I have ever used is from NLFX. So make sure you reach out to them and get yourself some tape, because it is super high quality. It keeps everything taped down, and it doesn't leave any type of residue at all on the floors. Now, let's say you're working in a venue that doesn't have hardwood floors or tiles or whatever, it has all carpet. What can you do to really keep your cables locked down, doesn't create trip hazards, and looks professional? Well, you can get these. These are Velcro cable covers, and I got these actually on Amazon. I got a 2-pack for 25 bucks. You can get them in different lengths. You can get them in yellow. You can get them in solid black. There's a lot of different options. But these are great because you can put your cables underneath them, and because it's Velcro, they stay nice and sticky right up on the carpet. And again, it just hides them. It prevents trip hazards, and it's just a really good thing to have. Number 3. Keep a couple of these in your backpack or cases. These are dusting cloths, and these are great for keeping fingerprints and dust off of all of your equipment, whether it's your controller, your turntables, your mixer, your CDJs, even speakers, even poles. And as we go through the journey of becoming an established DJ and doing a lot of different types of events, eventually all your equipment, all your gear, all your lighting, it's going to accumulate dust and dirt. So make sure you've got some cloths on hand, and they're very cheap. You can get them pretty much anywhere, and they don't take up a lot of room. You can keep them in your backpack or pretty much any type of bag or case. And if you notice that your gear's starting to get a little grungy, you can wipe them down very quick, and it'll make them look almost close to being new again. Number 4, pigtail cables. Pigtail cables are great because you can use these for your speakers, even lighting effects. But what I use these for is I'll plug one of these into my sub, and then I'll have my tops, the power cable from those, run down the pole and plug into the back of it. So what ends up happening is, instead of having 2 cables that come from a sub and top combo, you've only got one that's coming from the combo. And I haven't really been able to find these in long lengths, but if you've got good high quality extension cords, not power cords, extension cords, you can very easily just plug it into this and then run your extension cord to wherever it has to go. But these are great because it definitely minimizes having to deal with multiple cables or really long cables or whatever from your top down to your bottom. Or you could use these for your lighting fixtures and daisy chain them together, and just makes things a lot easier and very simple. Number 5, longer cables. Now, you're going to hear DJs from all walks of life talk about spreading out your speakers, maybe even spreading out your lighting effects. But if you're using short run cables, you're going to come across a situation of where it's not going to reach, or they're going to be too short. You can buy these IEC cables in a lot of different lengths, pretty much everywhere. A lot of DJ retailers offer them. You can get them all over Amazon, eBay, whatever your choice is. But at a very bare minimum, get yourself some 25 or 30 foot cables, because that way, if you're spreading out your sound, you don't have to worry about having too short of a cable, and you'll be able to do it. And you'll be able to hide your cables very easily. Now with these, as you can see, I have the Velcro on these, and Velcro not only helps in hiding your cables on your poles and tripods, but they're also good for wrapping up your cables and keeping them nice and neat. So just another tip when it comes to the Velcro strips. But yes, make sure you get longer cables. They're cheap. You can get a 25 footer or a 30 footer for probably like 10 bucks now. So just go ahead, get yourself a few of them, have a couple standby, because yes, cables do go bad sometimes, but just make sure within your inventory you've got some good solid long length IEC or power cables for your sound or your lighting fixtures. Number 6, and some of my favorite, wireless DMX dongles. Now, wireless DMX, or just any type of DMX, is kind of an interesting subject with a lot of DJs. There's a lot of new DJs who get into the game and they want to learn more about DMXing their lights and controlling their lights so that it's not just spitting out light puke all over the dance floor, all over the venue. They want to be able to control their lighting fixtures and make them do exactly what a DJ wants them to do. Now, DMX, that's a whole other video, that's a whole other conversation, but if you're learning DMX, or if you're experienced and already are doing it, and you're using actual DMX cables, one of the things that you can do to not only make your setup look professional and polished and save time are these little dongles. Because it completely eliminates any type of cable. So you don't have to worry about hiding them, you don't have to worry about untangling them, you don't have to do any of that. You just charge these bad boys up, you plug them in, and you're ready to go. It takes you less than a minute, and especially at the end of the night. Again, you don't have to deal with wrapping up your cables at the end of the night and pulling them out of the fixtures and doing all that. You just got these simple plug in and plug out, and you're ready to go. Simple. Now when it comes to these, you can get dongles from a lot of different manufacturers. I personally use the Chauvet DeFi dongles, but there's Lixada, there's probably 5 or 6 manufacturers now that you can get these in. Lixadas, Chinleys, Donners, the DeFis, there's a lot out there. So if you look on my channel, there's actually a video that I created that talks about the differences between the DeFis and other dongles like the Donners, the Lixadas, the Chinleys. You can check that out, and it'll give you some really good information about which ones might be right for you. Number 7, DJ facades or DJ furniture. Now, furniture is all the rage nowadays. Everybody is trying to use the podiums, the large rolling booths with maybe a TV in the front, but there are DJs who still like to use facades. I personally love using a facade. I have a 6-panel. The thing is great. It looks awesome when people walk into the venue and see this huge thing. Some DJs, they think it's old school, they think it's outdated, they don't like using facades. Doesn't matter. Whatever you prefer, run with it. Go with it. But if you are a DJ that likes to use facades, then you can either have black scrims or you can have white scrims. If you are using white scrims, I can't tell you guys this enough, but make sure they're clean. If there's dirt marks all over them, if they're wrinkled, if they just don't look good or high quality, it's not going to make your setup look all that professional. So if you're using white, clean them once in a while. You can bleach them, you can do whatever, but make sure you remove as much dirt or whatever from them as you can. Obviously, if you are working in an event that's outdoors or in a dirty environment, you probably want to use black scrims because it hides the dirt much more easier. But in terms of setup, if you are using a podium or furniture, without a doubt, that's going to make your setup look incredible. If you're using just a standard table with a facade in front of it, again, that's going to make things look really good. It's going to hide stuff. It's just going to make it look on another level. Number 8, white equipment. Now, over the last few years, we've started to see more and more manufacturers develop their equipment, their products, their gear in white. So now you as a DJ have the option of choosing of having black equipment or an all black setup, or using white equipment or an all white setup. Now there is no standard, there is no rule. It doesn't matter what color you use as a DJ. Some people prefer all black, some people prefer all white, some people prefer a mixture of both. It doesn't matter. It's whatever you choose, whatever you prefer. I personally have a mixture of both. My facade that I normally use is black and white. My flat bass poles are all white, but my lighting fixtures and my speakers are black. So again, it doesn't really matter. I will say though that white gear, white equipment does tend to get a little bit more dirty. It shows scuffs and dirt much more easier than black does. So if you are a DJ and you are deciding or you're thinking about getting white equipment, keep in mind that you may be cleaning it a lot more versus having an all black setup. Now, there is something to say that an all white setup does look really good when you're doing weddings. It just kind of looks a little bit more classier, a little bit nicer, but can't downplay an all black or a tuxedo looking type of setup, because all black is sort of traditional. It's what a lot of people have used since day one as being a DJ. And like I said, over the last few years, more and more manufacturers have come out with white gear. I can also tell you that for some manufacturers, depending on what gear it is, it's actually more expensive to choose white over black. You as a DJ have to decide what's right for you, what you want to convey, what you want to present to your client, and just go with whatever you prefer. But there has never been a client that has said, oh, I'm not going to choose that DJ because he uses all white or he uses all black. It's entirely up to you and your preference. And if another DJ tells you, hey, you should be using all white or you should be using all black, don't listen to them. Choose whatever you like, whatever you want, and whatever you think looks best. But I can tell you, white equipment, it does look nice. Number 9. If you are not using podium or furniture in your old school and you're just using a regular table, whether it's a 6-foot table, an 8-foot table, a folding table, a card table, whatever, make sure you have fitted tablecloths. Now again, fitted tablecloths, you can buy them from all different places, all over Amazon. They come in 6-foot, 8-foot, I think you can even get them in 4-foot. But the fitted tablecloths look really good because it forms itself around the table. If you're just using a regular old tablecloth, then sometimes it can get wrinkled, it can look off, it can just, I don't know, it just doesn't look all that great. And I know a lot of times venues will supply you a table and it's already got the clip-on type of tablecloth, or I don't know, just a lot of times when a venue does supply their own table, it doesn't really look that high quality or that good. So if you're bringing your own table, don't just set up your table and leave it as is. Get yourself a fitted tablecloth because it'll definitely make your setup look a lot better. Number 10. This should go without saying, but make sure you hide your cases in your bags. Don't leave them to the side of your setup, in front of your setup, whatever. Some venues will give you a closet or a space where you can take everything and leave it there until the end of the night. But at the very least, at least put all your cases in your bags behind your setup, behind you, so you can't see it from the front. If there's no space, there's no room, the venue doesn't have a closet, you might have to take your stuff back out to your vehicle, but make sure you're hiding that stuff, because again, it's just going to make things look better if there isn't a random bag or a case just hanging out somewhere around your setup. There you go. Easy, simple, 10 steps that you can really take to make your setup look much more polished, much more professional, and anybody could do it. It's minimal cost, and just the whole idea is that you want to evolve yourself as a DJ. So make sure that first impression, your appearance, everything looks really, really good. As I say at the end of all my videos, a day without dancing is a day wasted. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.